Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. In today's video, we've got a new code to go through, but then also in the last update, there was a bunch of changes to furniture items, and Talene's getting a buff. So first up, we'll do the new redemption code because everybody loves these. It's actually not a bad one. We get 20 purple stones, which I'm pretty happy with. I went through that really quickly. Don't worry, it's in the description and it'll be in a pinned comment as well to check that out. But 20 stones, always nice little codes to go ahead and get there. So we'll definitely take that for those that, because some people get annoyed when I take it off that quickly. That was the code 65TDENBMTW. Makes sense. All right. So now I want to jump over to my PC screen and take a look at the changes. I found this post on Reddit. I'll leave it linked in the description so you can go check it out. I saw this and I was like, well, this is a way easier way to look at it. So that's what we're doing. Okay. So Talene, before she used to have this effect where she does AoE damage when she's dead, and then heals depending on the damage she deals. What they've basically done is got rid of her level 3 skill, given her level 9 skill to be her level 3, and given her a new one for the level 9, which is insane. I love it. I love it because I have my Talene ascended. But here we go. When there are any allies when there are any allies on the battlefield with lower percentage of health than Talene's own, she actively converts 15% of her current health into a permanent shield. So it's basically like her ultimate. When she ults, she takes the health away and then gets the shield. This is what she's doing, but in a smaller sense. She does it whenever anyone is lower than her. She's going to reduce her health and give herself a shield, which is really nice. If the value converted exceeds 10% of Talene's max health, a meteorite with the same effect as the ability Meteor Shower will be summoned against a random enemy. This ability can only be triggered once every 5 seconds. So basically, it's a little long drawn out, but basically if someone's low, she's going to sacrifice her HP, give herself a shield, kind of what her ult does, but she's just not taking herself down to 1 HP, which means that HP that she loses is going to heal that ally, but at the same time, if she has to drop too much health to compensate for them, she's going to do one of her little fireball abilities, which isn't going to be like, it's not going to be game breaking the extra fireball. I think the big part of this one is going to be the healing, because normally when she does her fireball ability, she drops like 5 or 6 of them. So it's not going to be like huge crazy damage, and it's only once every 5 seconds, but I still think it's going to be not too bad for the extra heals. So I'm pumped to test this out when it comes to the global server on my Talene. Next up, Khasos. So you can read what he used to be. I'm just going to read the changes. Khasos's look pretty nice as well. When positioned on the backline, each living frontline ally increases Khasos's crit amplification by 25 points. When positioned on the front line, damage received by all backline allies is reduced by 22%. So I really do like this ability. I don't know how I don't think it's going to make Khasos the most viable hero in the game, but I feel like it gives him some niche applications. I feel like with this, like, maybe sometimes if your back row is getting sniped and you're really struggling, maybe putting him in the front row could help. It might just be a buff to the Mauler tower. That might be all it does. But also crit amplification is really nice. So keen to see if this actually does make his damage really good. One thing is with him and Chicken, both Maulers, so you're working on that faction bonus. Chicken drags them all in. Khasos back middle. He's going to shred through everyone. So I'm curious to see how some people find this change to Khasos, whether it's going to help him. The 9 furniture. Within 5 seconds of him using his ultimate ability, increases the attribute effects of the abilities Concentration, and Almighty Warrior. So I just jumped into the game quickly to show you what the abilities were that it was talking about. So the Concentration one, his normal attacks are able to hit multiple enemies when they get too close to him, and his defense rating is increased by 20%. If enemies are far away from Khasos, then his attack rating will be increased by 8%. So basically he just gets those two things at the same time, ignoring the requirements. And then also the other thing he gets is his his exclusive furniture ability, level 3. So those requirements no longer matter. So within 5 seconds of him using his ult. So he uses his ult, gets all those buffs at the same time. So really interesting to see what exactly happens from that. I think it's going to be a nice little change, but how effective it's going to be, I don't know. Okay, Lorsan. When the shield generated by the ability Wind Ward is broken, the affected ally shall continue to enjoy the increased dodge effects that are awarded when the shield is... they've got a really like expansive with the wording in this one. Like I feel like there's a lot of extra words that didn't need to be in here as I'm reading this. Anyway, up until the ability's original time duration has ended. So it looks like the shield breaks. And then I think the way it sounds is that like the shield is then the dodge then continues for the full duration that the shield would have been. I believe that's what it is. I don't think that's going to be completely game breaking. The effect of the ability Wind Ward Wind Ward is applied to all allied heroes for the first 2 times it's used. The R got me confused there. Bad translation. Okay. So it goes to all allies. Like, that's not bad. I just don't see it becoming... I don't see this putting Lorsan into more teams than he already was. I feel like this won't make you bring Lorsan just for that. You're still going to bring him for the Link and the Eye, but this is like an added bonus. If this does actually change the meta a little bit and make him more viable in more teams because of this, I'll definitely cover it. But for me, it just seems like a nice little bonus to him that you'll definitely take. Now for Thoran. Basically, not a big change for Thoran, but basically he recovers 5% of his max health for every enemy stunned by the ability Resurrection, or feared by it, however you want to say it. The rest of the effects were already in place for him, so just a little buff on healing. I don't know if that's huge for him. Sometimes maybe he might die and then come back and he needs that extra health to survive until he gets his ult in the cheese. Like, it might be a thing, not huge, not going to change the way you use Thoran. He's still going to be used in the cheese. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. Anyway, jumping on to Grezhul. The first one doesn't change anything. And then the next one used to be, when used, the effects of Shadow Shield are granted to up to 2 of Grezhul's summoned Skeleton Warriors, and now just changes to Skeleton Warriors summoned as a result of any ability shall enjoy the shield effects of the ability Shadow Shield. So not when he uses it, 2 of them get it, just all of his skeletons get the shield. This is going to be really annoying in Labyrinth and stuff like that, fighting against a Grezhul that has this, because it's going to be shielding them. But aside from that, I don't think, like, it could be nice if you do use a Grezhul in campaign, but that's not really where he's used. For bosses, you're normally taking him into a battle with Saurus, so maybe it might be nice for some of his minions, but in general Saurus is healing up those skeletons pretty well, so it might be a little bit of a buff to him when he's used in boss battles, just allowing the skeletons to survive a little bit better, getting the extra damage. But besides that, I don't think this is going to change Grezhul in what he's being used in at the moment. But yeah, that is going to be it for this one, guys. That is all the changes. The 2 I'm most excited about is definitely Talene and Khasos. I'm really keen to test out Talene when it drops on live servers. And then this one here for Khasos, I'm just curious to see what people make of it. The rest of them, they're sort of little bonuses that don't really do too much for me, but definitely these ones I'm keen to see. Anyway, guys, enjoy the code. If you get a summon from it out of the stones, let me know what you got. Hopefully it wasn't food. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.